Hello everyone and welcome back. After this, I would consider you a pro at knitting. Now technically there's cables and this and that and moss stitch and blah blah blah, but the basics to any knitting pattern are knitting and purling, which I'm about to show you. In order to do cables, you need to know knitting and purling. In order to do the moss stitch, you need, guess what? Knitting and purling. Anything from here on out, knitting and purling. It's that easy. You guys got this? Let's go. So, I'm gonna take your project and we are going to start not by wrapping to the back. We are gonna start in the front. Now, you still do your tension, you still do all your things, right? But instead of stabbing to the back, we are going to stab in the front and not get caught on the string below. Yarn below, one of these days I'm gonna not call it string. Sorry. I mean, technically you can knit with string. You can knit with metal if you wanted. Anyways, you're gonna go in the front. This is how we're looking. In focus. In the front. Then you're going to wrap. You're going to pull through and throw it off the cliff. Let's do it again. You're gonna take a look at your needle. Hold on, we'll get it in focus. We got it. You're gonna go in the front of the needle. Oh my goodness gracious me. Focus. Yep, in the front of the needle. Yeah, there we go. This is so... Oh, no wonder people can't get this angle. Okay, so you go in the front. You're going to wrap around. Pull through the loop, just like you do with knitting, and chuck it off the cliff. Make sure you bring it back to the front. Again, we're going to go in the front of the loop. I'm gonna let the camera figure out that this is the thing to focus on. Hello. Wrap around, pull through the loop, and off the cliff. And that, my friends, is purling. It truly is that simple. Just stab it, wrap it, go through, chuck it off a cliff. What's our motto? Stab it, strangle it, through the loop, and off the cliff. And that, my darling friends, truly is knitting and purling. Sorry, this is purling, but this is knitting and purling. Now, this is where knowing the right side from the wrong side is important. When you're knitting and purling, notice how it starts to look a little bit different from the back. The back just looks like knitting. The front looks like how your sweaters look. Oh my gosh, my watch can't leave me alone. Sorry. But let me get a few layers into this so I can show you a little bit more of the difference. 1 second. Okay, I took a little bit of a break from recording so I could get some of these stitches done so you could see an entire line rather than just a couple of stitches. So, up close and personal, from here down are your knit stitches, and this is where I purled. Now, if you have any clothing that is like a knit clothing, commonly sweaters, or for women long sleeve shirts that have very, very tiny knits, this is the pattern that they used. Now, the most common pattern, again, like you'll see, is you knit a row and you purl a row, and that creates this little braided texture rather than the bubbles. So essentially, you're going to hear this a lot in the knitting community. You knit where you purl and you purl where you knit. Remember how I said that there's a right side and a wrong side? So when you are, this is the right side that you will show on the outside of your pattern. On the outside of whatever you're making, whether it be a sweater, a blanket, or whatever. This is the right side that you're gonna see. This is your pattern. So note you've got your little braids here, right? Now, obviously, this whole thing is just knit, so you're not gonna notice it as much, but this is knit and this is purl. You see that there's the pattern difference. Now, when you flip it around to the quote-unquote wrong side, which is the side we're working on right now, I'll show you. This is the side that we're purling on at the moment. This is we're working this way right now. This is technically your wrong side. Note how you don't see that pattern difference anymore, because this is quote unquote the wrong side. Just, it's the back. It's the back of what you're working on, and this is the front. You've got your knit pattern. You can see the little braids versus you can't see them on the back. So yeah, that's the basic foundation of knitting. Knitting and purling and purling and knitting. You knit the whole row, so then you purl the whole row. So when you're on this side, which is the quote-unquote right side, I had knit. So then when I flipped it back around, started working again, I had to purl everywhere that I knit so that it balances out. So that whole row was a knit, so this is a purl. Now let me finish this off. You guys can do this with me here. You know, we're purling. Make sure you're bringing the stitches up so you're not struggling like I just did. Bring the string to the front, the yarn to the front. It's yarn. You're going to purl. Note towards the end of your row, you do have to move your stitches quite a bit more than before, just because you're getting to that last little nubbin. But yeah, so now that we are just about done with this row, this is the wrong side, right? The wrong right side. I'm just spewing words at this point. You're going to finish the row. Whoops. And now we're on the right side of the pattern. And since we since we purled the last row, we're going to knit where we purled, which was the entire row. When you're looking to see if you need to knit or purl, notice how there's a lack of a bump here. Versus on this side, you see that bump right here? Hold on. So here's this side, lack of a bump. And then there is a bump. Lack of a bump, bump. So when you see a lack of a bump right here, and it really helps to pull down your stitch. When you don't see that bump right there, you're going to knit. And when you do see the little bump, like that, you're going to purl. So obviously, I purled the whole row last time, so I'm gonna knit the entire row. And this will solidify showing you what is the right side and the wrong side of your pattern. So here we are, right? This is our knitting. Just a little reminder of the last video. You're gonna go to the back, pull, and throw it off the cliff. Go to the back, pull through, throw it off the cliff, right? Let's get a few more of these stitches in so I can kind of show you how the stitches look and the pattern that we're creating. So now that we've done that, you're starting to see your braided pattern. And you can see where I changed from doing knitting only, like every row, front and back, were all knit. And it looks the same on both sides because I knitted on both sides. This is where it changes to that braid pattern, and that's where I did my knit, purl, knit, purl. So this was a row of knit, this was a row of purl, this is a row of knit. And you're starting to get that lovely braided texture on the front, and then on the wrong side, you're getting the bubble texture still. So that's how you can kind of tell what side you're on, is when you can see that braided texture versus not the braided texture. And honestly, seriously, you can make anything out of this pattern. Just knit where you purl and purl where you knit. People make entire sweaters just out of this little pattern. Honestly, so many crafts are so overcomplicated because we humans just like to complicate things. But this stitch you guys have learned, purling and knitting, is the foundation to every knitting pattern you will ever do, no matter what. And you can make an entire blanket just out of knits and purls, just like this. You can do that. Another pattern you could do is the moss stitch, which I will show you in the next video. If you have any questions, any troubleshooting, if you can't see the bumps, I have a hard time when I'm watching a video seeing what someone's talking about, seeing a knit versus a purl. I know because I've done this. I know exactly where it ends. But if you have any questions or it's not clear the differences, please let me know down in the comments below. And in the next video, I will show you how to do a moss stitch, which is just knits and purls. Every video from here on out, no matter what I show you, is comprised of knits and purls. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!